Alright, hey, what is going on everybody? Ali here, back again with another video for Fire Force Episode 3 and Episode 4 from today. Sort of like a review / discussion video about my thoughts on both episodes, because last week I couldn't do one because I had a lot of stuff going on that Friday, and I was only able to post actually a Danmachi review video. Is it wrong to try to pick up Girls in the Dungeon video? But so for today, I decided that I was just going to do just a discussion, talk about episode 3 and episode 4, because last week's episode was for Fire Force I thought it was pretty awesome with the games, the Fire Soldier or Rookie Soldier games and stuff that Shinra and Arthur were in and stuff, and we got to meet this cutie named Tamaki Kotatsu, and I'm pretty sure isn't Kotatsu aren't those things like it kind of like resembles like a coffee table with like a kind of like a blanket over it or something, and there's like a heater underneath. I don't know, something like that, but it's kind of reminiscent of like cats really liking that stuff, and Tamaki has like feline type features when she goes into her like pyrokinetic form. Like she has cat tails, like 2 tails and cat ears and stuff like that. She's a real cutie, but Shinra, like his like when he first meets her, that shit was funny because like he accidentally grabs what was her like bra strap or something like that in accident, and then like she just jumps right up and goes right to him like in his face or something, and then his hands were accidentally in her pants and like grabbing her butt. Like that shit was funny. I thought that was hilarious. And something else that we got to like see was the first company's captain, who is Tamaki's captain. He was there during the time that Shinra's little brother and mother were like burned and stuff, and he was with Shinra at the place. So he keeps trying to ask him questions and stuff, but he wouldn't answer this shit. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I think the first company was covering something up. Something happened. Spontaneous like infernal, combustion, possibly, or something else that caused the Infernal to become that way, and then he destroyed Shinra's home or something. Who knows? But we got to see a little bit more about that guy Joker, which I feel like the guy Joker who was pretty much trying to convince Shinra that like, hey, come with me, like join me and like do some like crazy shit. I do think he's evil, but for some reason in the back of my head, when Shinra was up there with Joker up on the tower where they were doing like the games and stuff, like the Rookie Soldier games, like it was just Shinra and him. And it seems to me that he is evil. I think he is evil and everything, but I feel like he's trying to expose something about the fire, a lot of like the fire companies, the districts and whatnot, the security or whatever. Like I feel like he's doing these things to expose something. Now that doesn't give him any right to be like, making things explode, or maybe he helps with spontaneous combustion to like start up like human combustion stuff. Who knows? But for some reason, in the back of my head, I'm thinking that he's doing these things to expose something within the Special Fire Forces. Exposing something. And then also we find out that Company 8, the one that Shinra's in, his captain's talking to him, saying that Company 8 is meant to investigate 1 through 7. It's a special one that just got created like not so long ago. It's like the newest one, and it's meant to investigate the other companies. That's wild. Like, that's crazy. Now Shinra's in on it now with the captain. I don't know if any of the other soldiers, the fire soldiers that he has in Company 8, know about it, but like they're probably eventually going to like know what's going on and everything and stuff like that. Anyways, last episode 3, was really cool, really fun. This episode I thought was I was a lot more excited in this episode than last week's episode. We got to see this girl who's the captain of Company 5. Habani, I believe, Princess Habani. Like, that's like a masochist kind of like girl. She wants to be she wants to be up on the ladder, like top, like bossing all these dudes around, kicking them in the face, telling them to lay down. She has like dozens of people or dozens of like rookie soldiers or whatnot, like second fire soldiers laying down on the floor, calling them gravel and stuff, not wanting to hear them talking like and everything, calling them gravel and shit. This girl is a boss lady, and she's kind of like not really my type. I mean, a girl like that, you know, you'd think that, ooh, that's sexy and stuff. Like, it's kind of a turn off for me, you know. But talk about Tamaki from episode 3, right? Like, I mean, she's real cute and stuff, but I don't know, Maki still got my heart, man. Maki still has my heart. She's adorable. She's an adorable, pretty witch girl. She's fantastic. But anyways, in this episode, an Infernal appears. But in an Infernal, like, he keeps his sanity or something. It turns out it was I didn't know this, but there's regular fires, and then there's regular firefighters, and then there's special forces firefighters. I thought that they just evolved into like these special fire forces that do like regular firefighter jobs and also supernatural stuff, but I guess that's not it. But anyways, like, this episode, it honestly was really funny with everything. Like, in the beginning, them in the office and stuff was hilarious. Arthur and Shinra and all of them and stuff. And something that was really cool that we kept seeing was that Shinra is like pretty much like a rocket, and he's like in the air like all the time in this episode. And I thought that was like crazy. I was wild. I thought it was really cool. The scenery in this episode was really nice and everything, and I liked it a lot. But the thing that was the main point of this episode was that there is a Infernal that is conscious, is self-aware with everything. And it turns out this Infernal, before he turned into one, was a firefighter who always did like mass killings and stuff. Like, when he saved people, he killed people. So like, he saved a lot of people and killed a few people, like saying that, like, I saved your life, so don't you think your life is mine? I'm like, what are you talking about? But like, he was on trial, found not guilty, and then he turned into an Infernal, and he decided, like, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna go on an Infernal, like, killing spree and shit. And you got Shinra and Arthur and the Company 8 looking for him and stuff, and they said to Shinra, go get him before because you're the only one who can catch up to him right as of this moment, like right now. And something that was real funny was then the Infernal's like, I'm gonna kill a bunch of people before anybody comes. And the moment that he steps down, Shinra comes in and steps right next to him. And dude, the fighting in this episode, not only Shinra fighting the Infernal, which, like, he gave the Infernal a chance, and the Infernal tried to kill him. And Shinra's like, nah, man, screw you, you stupid ass. You ain't getting no prayers from the sister or anything. I'm going to wait till my company comes and gets you. But then Company 5 comes with Princess Habani. She comes out, captain, talking to Shinra. Shinra's ain't having none of it. He's like, what do you want? What are you doing here? And stuff. And then she uses her abilities, like, the way that it's like videoed, like it's like videoed in this anime, like the way it's animated, like when Habani comes down, and then it's like, and then like the water just stops, like the rain just stops or something. Habani's right there talking to Shinra, and then she does something where Shinra, like, it seems like he loses, like, not consciousness, but like he gets very dizzy or something. Maybe her ability is like, I don't know, something has to do with something like short-circuiting something. I don't know, something like that. But she's also a third-generation pyrokinetic or something. So, like, that the whole situation, like, the fighting in this was amazing. They decided to try to detain Shinra from Company 8 and bring him to Company 5 for something. I don't know what. So then these 3 girls pin him down, and he's like, nah, I ain't having any of this. So he uses his devil's feet and then does like that spin, like a handstand spin kind of thing. Something that Sanji does in One Piece. That's what I can like kind of similarize, like, not similarize, what am I saying? But like kind of configure like a similarity to Sanji and his kicks and how he fights and stuff to actually Shinra's fighting and everything, which is very cool. And like, I gotta say, the animation looked so great in this episode when it came to the rain and the fighting, and then Hibani coming in, standing there, being like a boss lady. Like, she's cool and everything, but she definitely ain't my type. But she seems like a pretty like badass person. So I'm really excited to see more of her. And then they detained the Infernal because it's something that that doesn't happen. Like, the Infernal has his mind intact and everything, and he's talking perfectly to people. So Company 5 detains, Company 8 comes and talks to them, like saying like, hey, like the captain talks to them saying like, hey, this is our district, you need to give him to us. So then they're talking about like how they're gonna investigate this Infernal because this Infernal like is sane, like talking to stuff. And then she's like, yeah, I'll share the information with you and stuff. And then the cap's like, all right, fine. And then somebody from, which I thought was like really funny, somebody from her company said something that he's like a good for nothing, said the captain's a good for nothing. And then Shinra and Arthur were right there saying like, hey, I dare you to say it one more time, I'll beat your ass. So then he starts making fun of them, and then all of a sudden Maki just like, boom, just punches the dude like as hard, like really hard, like in the gut. And then the lieutenant was standing next to her, and he's like, just like a thumbs up, and she's like a thumbs up. Like, that shit was so funny. So, like, next episode is called The Battle Begins, episode 5, I believe. I'm excited for it. This episode was very hyped because we're starting to get a little bit more into, like, what, like, these Infernals being more intelligent, I guess, and stuff, and starting to have a little bit more of their sanity and conscious and stuff like that. Very cool, very cool. And also something we got to learn about that Joker used last episode was that the ashes that he used to like make explosions and stuff were ashes from Infernals. So that's like that is just what is sacred. Like what the captain said. What is sacred now these days? That like a person goes up in flames and gets destroyed, and you take their ashes and use it for like bombs and shit. How messed up is that? Or explosive? Like, how effed up is that? That's so wrong and disgusting. But like, what are you gonna do? Like, I still think Joker has something. Like, he's sadistic and he's a villain and he's a bad guy. I wholeheartedly believe that and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like he's trying to expose something in the fire, like special forces and stuff. But we'll just have to find out later on. And but yeah, like, these 2 episodes were good. I think episode 4 was a lot more awesome than episode 3, but they were both really fun to watch and stuff. But what do you guys think about these 2 episodes? Leave down in your comments your thoughts about episode 4 or episode 3 if you finally watched it today or something. But if you watched it last week, comment down below your thoughts of it and everything, you know, your thoughts of episode 4. Comment down below on your thoughts about what I've said about those 2 episodes and everything. And like the video if you did. Like the video if you liked the 2 episodes and stuff. Like the video if you agree with some things that I said. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theater discussion videos, and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty. Alright, so peace and love. And I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. And plus ultra.